Welcome to Yogea Asana Lab. This series is especially geared towards providing you with valuable tips for your anatomical and energetic alignment. You will learn how to come in and out of poses freely, safely, and smoothly. Today's series features 4 advanced poses: down doggy split, full split, supine bound split, and arm balance split. Please do not attempt these poses if you haven't warmed up nicely. So before that, do a couple of sun salutes or just your own warm-up to get into this level of flexibility. And now let's start with down doggy split. So we will come into Uttanasana, forward bend, and go through the main alignment points there, as this is going to be our base for the down doggy split. So press evenly through the 4 corners of the feet. Make sure that your hips are directly stacked over your heels. You're not tipping back nor forward. So you're directly over the legs. As you start to hinge at the creases of your hips, you open through the hamstrings, but at the same time, you engage your legs so the muscles of the legs work and you're not collapsing in the knee joints and overstretching the hamstrings. So feel this action of toning your belly, engaging through the legs, and then going deeper into the hamstring stretch. And we'll do it one more time. Engage, shoulders down, and a little deeper. So here we're trying to avoid the tendency of collapsing in the knee joints, overstretching and overextending the knees. We want to keep them nice and fluid, so there's always a little bit of air and like a micro bend in the knees. From here, let's take it on our right foot. We'll shift the weight into the right leg. We'll shoot the left leg up. And as we start to walk the hands close to our toes, we'll hike the left leg up all the way. Now start to open the hip a little bit just to give yourself the length. And then once you have it, square the hips. So it is a squared hip alignment pose, but in order to lift the leg higher and open a little bit more deeper into your hip crease, you want to open the leg first. Once we're here, we'll lower the head down. Exhale the chest into our thigh, and walk the hands even closer to the foot. As we press the hands into the floor, bend the elbows and drop the shoulders down away from the ears. We feel the oppositional pull, dropping us deeper into the earth and through the left foot, reaching up. We're going to point and just extend through the arch and fan the toes. Exhale, deeper inhale, press the hands into the floor. Go deeper into the hamstring stretch. Shoot the other leg up, and one more. Exhale, deeper, and inhale to come out of it. We'll always take downward facing dog just to neutralize the palate. Pedal your feet into the ground. Rest this leg. And now going into the splits, Hanumanasana. We will prepare for the split through a low lunge into lizard. So take your low lunge. Find the low lunge for yourself. Press the right hand into the right thigh, the left hand into the left glute. And as you exhale, start to open through the left psoas, soften the front ribs. Shoot the energy through the crown of the head. Flatten your spine. Breathe here. You want to keep this leg into the midline. You don't want the knee to splay out. This is going to create problems for your cartilage. So you want to keep it nice and square. From here, lower the hands down. See if you can go a little bit lower into your forearms. So you take lizard, dropping the forearms, taking a little rock to the left and to the right, and then the same thing. The knee would want to open. Naturally, we want to keep it in, glued to the shoulder or to the chest. As we're here, we'll lift the foot off from the floor, lower a little bit further down. Walk your hands and your forearms so that the shoulders will track over the elbows. Exhale, bring the knee in, hug the midline. Breathe. Inhale, stretch your spine now. Exhale, go a little deeper. And inhale. As you press the hands into the floor, you energize through your left thigh and a little deeper. Now walk the hands back into the midline. Drop your left foot down. Exhale, square the hips. So as we square the hips, the right hip moves back, the left hip moves front. Flex the foot. Exhale, release down. This is the best preparation for Hanumanasana, split. And keep on dropping the right sit bone down, pushing the hip back, and then squaring the left hip front. From here, we're ready to just slide down into Hanumanasana. It's very important to keep the squareness of the hips. So instead of tipping here or here, we want to keep the hips squared. So for now, we'll have our back foot curled under. And we'll notice how from here up, we just bring the core in. We square the hips. Good. Once you're here, just place your thumb into the crease of your hip and draw it a little bit back. At the same time, flex the foot. Walk both hands into your right thigh and open the spine, shoulders down. Keep on flexing the foot. Now we're ready to uncurl the back foot and start to drop through the left groin. So as the left groin moves down, the right hip joint moves back. Feel that oppositional pull? Inhale, breathe. Now we're ready to gently open through the sternum, widen across the collarbone. If you wish to go a little deeper, you may want to take a twist here, sneaking your right hand into your left hip and dropping the shoulders so that they're even. With your left hand, ground your right thigh deeper. With your right hand, work towards bringing the groin further down. And breathe. There are different variations of Hanumanasana, but this is just the classical one, which we'll explore today. To come out of Hanumanasana, it feels really good to tip to the right, in this case, to draw the leg in. And now stretch the hip the other way. So just hold your knee for a moment. Interlace opposite elbows and relax here. Breathing. And now we'll try supine split with the other leg. So our right leg will rest nicely. Supine split starts from a deep hip opener. So it is a hamstring stretch and a hip opener. So the first thing we're going to do is open the hip a little bit more. Once we have the hip opened, we'll press the knee into the floor. Ground our right hand behind us so that we can bend the elbow. Flex the right foot. Engage through both legs. And begin to exhale the knee into the floor. So inhale, shoulders down. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Everything engages. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. One more inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. Now we will go all the way to the floor, lowering down into the forearm and bringing our forearm so it's in line with our torso. From here, wrap your arm around the knee crease, hug the thigh, and look for your right hand so you can bind the left with the right. As you keep your right foot flexed, start to extend the leg. If you feel it's too much, you can just enjoy the hip opener nicely. If you want to go into full Hanumanasana, you start to extend the leg. And the last touch is to just drop into an open sternum position. As you keep on flexing through both feet, eventually your left foot will land into the floor. Breathe here, right shoulder away from the ears. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more breath. And exhale. If you were here to come out of it, again, we first press through our forearm, come back, and then bend the right knee into Baddha Konasana. Take a little rock. Find the spaciousness in your hips. And from here, we'll do one last pose that involves Hanumanasana. This time it will be in an arm balance. So our base will be Vashisthasana, side plank. Let's now go ahead and take it. We want the shoulder to track over the wrist. And as we stretch our legs forward, we want to make sure that the hip is lifting. There's a little bit of a back bend at the beginning, so we're not collapsing down and overburdening our shoulder. So shoulder over the wrist. Place your right foot to the inside of the left thigh. If you want to test the pose here, it's first stage. Lift through the sides of the waist and lift your pelvis. Rest for a moment. Ground your right hand. Shift your weight back just to rest. Now we'll try it with the yogic toe lock. So our side plank alignment remains exactly the same. We will yogic toe lock the right big toe with the pointer and the middle finger and start to extend the leg. The trick here is to press through the left foot. You're almost into the entire surface of the left foot. So you're not dropping down. That's too much weight on your arm. You're opening. And now gaze up. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale, breathe. Shoulders are in one line. Exhale, release down. Set your foot into the mat. Lower through your thigh joint. Then into your sit bone. And it's kind of nice to take just a gentle twist to get the sense of the other side. So here we have concluded 4 very advanced hip openers that require both a hip opening action and a very deep stretch in the hamstrings. If you have any pose that you're interested in and you want to explore with us, please write to us and we'll test it here at Yogea Asana Lab.